So, good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to discuss about human eye. This is one topic which you will read in class 10th in both subject biology and physics. So, bio you have not working in all these things. So, in physics there's little bit important things which we have to mention here. So, first of all, you should see this is a cross sectional view I have made of eye. This is just sclera. This cover actually is a sclera. If you see carefully, this is sclera. So what I have made in the color, this is sclera, guys. Okay, so then this comes cornea. This is cornea. Then after this you are saying that this is crystalline lens. This is crystalline lens. This you see that these are ciliary muscles and suspensory ligaments. So these are ciliary bodies and suspensory ligaments. This is actually iris. This is iris, and small opening in this iris, you can say that pupil. And after this you are seeing the liquid between aqueous humor and vitreous humor, which we will discuss in detail. This eye lens, and this is retina. This portion actually, this is retina, which is actually here is written choroid, and this is there is screen here retina actually this so this is screen is basically retina. This is choroid, and this is fovea, and these are optic nerves. There is spot, there is blind spot here. Now these are the things which we have to understand one by one. So first of all, guys, I'd like to tell you that this liquid between eye lens and retina is known as vitreous humor. Vitreous humor is present here, and between retina and eye lens is aqueous humor. So aqueous humor is here, vitreous humor is there. So this all we will understand one by one. So again I am repeating, guys, this is sclera, then cornea, lens, ciliary muscles and suspensory ligament, pupil, and retina. These are the most important things, and optic nerves, choroids. So first of all, we want to tell you one thing about that. Human eye is one of the most important sense organs which we have. We have 5 sense organs, you all know that. So human eye is one of the most important one. So it enables us to see the colorful world. As well as I can tell you here that human eye is also compared with camera. Why it is compared with camera, guys? Because camera captures light and transforms this light into pictures. So same things eye works like that. Eye transforms light into picture. So how this transformation of light into picture is happening inside eye, we will see one by one. So I have written here, guys, human eye is most valuable sense organs that enable us to see the colorful world around us. Sclera is that portion I showed you, the outer portion apart from cornea. Sclera is tough outer cover that protects the entire eyeball. Sclera protects entire eyeball. Then choroid, guys. Choroid I have already shown you. This is choroid. So this choroid is a vascular layer of eye. It contains blood vessels that nourishes the inner part of the eye. So there is, guys, in order to nourishment of inner part of the eye, so you should actually blood supply. So this actually choroid contains this blood vessels, and this gives you nourishment to your inner part of the eye. This question may be asked that, guys, choroid gives you the nourishment of eye through this, because this contains blood vessels. So these blood vessels continuously supply blood, and that actually give nourishment to your eye. Cornea, it is the front portion of the eye, as I shown there. This is cornea. This is front portion of the eye through which actually light enters to the eye. So I have written here, it is front portion of the eye. It is convex in shape and bulge outside. Light enters through this cornea. Now, guys, iris. Iris is a dark muscular diaphragm located behind the cornea. So you can see iris here. So this is actually just behind the cornea, you are seeing here. This is actually dark muscles. So I have written here, it is a dark muscular diaphragm located behind the cornea. It regulates the amount of light that is entering to the eye by adjusting the size of pupil. So this pupil size is adjusted, which is a small opening. This pupil size is adjusted by this iris. So this iris actually adjusts the size of pupil so that how much light can enter to your eyes controlled by these things. So pupil, it is a hole in the middle of the iris. Size of pupil increases or decreases depend upon light what is falling. So I have written size of pupil increases or decreases depending upon the intensity of light entering to the eye. Suppose for high intensity light, suppose when you just enter to a room which is actually very light and like that, many flashlight is there, so means high intensity light, so size of pupil decreases. And when actually you see that in night, when you just switch on the tube light and your actually eye little bit fluctuates, so actually high intensity light pupil size decreases, and for low intensity light size of pupil increases. Suppose what happens, suddenly your tube light fails or suddenly light off, so what will happens, in order to see the things or in order to see the things, you have to increase your size of pupil so that most of the light you want to enter your eye and you can see the things. So pupil size can be adjusted depending upon the intensity of light falling on it. If intensity of light is very high, so pupil size will decrease. If it is low, it will increase. Eye lens. Eye lens is basically a transparent jelly like substance. Actually this is a lens, this convex lens. Basically it is held in position by ciliary muscles and suspensory ligament. Ciliary muscles and suspensory ligament, as I shown you earlier here, this is ciliary muscles and suspensory ligament. So this actually held by the position, this lens held by the position by suspensory ligaments and ciliary muscles. This you have to, the ciliary muscles and suspensory ligament adjust the focal length of eye so that we can see the near as well as distance object. This ability of light, this ability of our eye to see the distance as well as near object is known as power of accommodation. So I have taken next, power of accommodation. The ability of eye to focus on distance and nearby objects by changing the focal length is power of accommodation. Generally you have asked this formula, power is 1 by focal length. We will see these things later also. This focal length you will write in meter. This power SI unit is meter inverse or diopter. So diopter or power is unit meter inverse. Aqueous humor. So I told you, aqueous humor, it's a viscous liquid filled in the area between cornea and eye lens. So this is cornea and this is eye lens. In between this liquid is your aqueous humor. This cornea and eye lens liquid is aqueous humor. It prevents the eye from collapsing due to change in atmospheric pressure. Suppose when you go to some height, so pressure changes, so due to change in atmospheric pressure, so this eye should not collapse. So this is protected by this aqueous humor. Now retina, one of the most important thing, basically you can relate retina with a screen. So it acts as a screen where image will be formed. So having this, have large number of light sensitive cells. These light sensitive cells get activated upon illumination and generate electrical signal. This cells converts this light signal into electrical signal. So basically these are two types of cell. They are very important things, guys. Rod and cone cells. Rod cells and cone cells. This rod cells is responsible for intensity of light and cone cells is responsible for color of the light. So if color, they are asking which cells is responsible for color. Cone cells is responsible for color. See here, C stand for cone and C stand for color. So cone cell is responsible for color. Rod is responsible for intensity of light. Macula. Macula, actually it is not shown in the diagram, but I'll show you that. See, this is actually, macula is not shown. Actually this portion actually macula, where actually this you are saying that the depth portion is fovea, na? So this portion is basically macula, which is a part of retina. Actually I can write about macula is that it is tiny area in the retina which is responsible for clear and sharp vision. So it is responsible for clear and sharp vision. There is a small depression inside macula that I have shown, that is fovea centralis. Fovea centralis, maximum number of cone cells present here, and cone cells is responsible for color, na guys. So you can say that actually this is responsible for sharp vision. Okay, now a real and inverted image is formed on retina. So question may be asked, which type of image will be formed on retina? A real and inverted. Real and inverted image formed on the retina. The electrical signal generated by cells. I said rod and cone cells are there. These cells are responsible for generating that electrical signal to the light which is falling on retina. So this electrical signal generated is sent through to the brain through optic nerves. So optic nerves, I saw this, these are the nerves which is connected to this eye, and through which this optic nerves, this signal are sent to the brain. Brain inverts this image again and interprets meaningful image. Now guys, one thing I have not mentioned there, vitreous humor, because vitreous humor is found between retina and lens. So I have written guys here, it is jelly like substance between retina and eye lens. It helps in maintaining the shape of the eye. Now blind spots. Blind spot is a small region in retina where the optic nerves enter the eye. It is insensitive to light. So if some image falls on this blind spot, we cannot see that image. So blind spot is insensitive to light. So this guys completes all the things of light which is important in physics, and then we will see the defects of eye, myopia, hypermetropia, stigmatism and presbyopia in some next coming lecture.